But really watching Lydia over this last year and what she's done and created in social media, I mean, honestly, it's going to blow you away. It's a really great inspirational story. Lydia is the co-founder of Vienna VA Foodies. It's a Facebook group. So if you're not in it, you need to join it. Even if you're not local to us here, it's just, I don't know, there's a lot of excitement in it, and it's just a great thing to follow. And I have eaten in more Vienna restaurants. I don't even live, we work in Vienna, but I don't live here. And I have had more meals in Vienna restaurants than I ever have in my life because of this Facebook group, and Lydia knows that. So, but like I said, she has lifted an entire community. She has used her Facebook group to raise funds for insecure families, for the elderly, for frontline workers, while keeping the restaurants open for business during COVID. And I can promise you the work that she has done is going to far outlive any pandemic that we have had. It's really inspiring. Lydia is also a real estate agent at Lydia Real Estate LLC, and a longtime, born here in Vienna, longtime community member and supporter. And we welcome you to share your story. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. So first I want to say thank you, Elise. I've always looked up to you so much, and you're one of the people who I've known you for over 10 years. I've watched how you honor your relationships, your friendships, and you're so good at staying in touch and being present. So watching you over the years has inspired me, and that's something I've tried to work on in the past year, but you are really a mentor to me. So you said find a mentor, you're my mentor.
All right. I love it. Thank you.
I do have a little presentation, so I'm gonna share my screen, and I'll go right here. Can you see it? Okay. Let's go share. Uh-oh. I don't know if it's gonna work. Present. Okay, can everyone see?
Yeah, great. I can see it.
Okay. Yeah. Great, great. So my name is Lydia, and I started this Facebook group, Vienna VA Foodies, and about a year and a half ago is when I started it. It was about 2,000 people, and now we're over 13,000. So today I want to talk about spreading love through social media. I really watched the group grow from 2,000 to over 13,000, and how it's everyone's like a family now, so close and close knit, and really the town of Vienna has come together, and hopefully this will inspire others that you can do this in your own town with your own groups, and just amazing how everyone wants to help. And I always think of this quote as I start, and whenever I'm logging onto the internet, because the internet could be a scary place, but I remember that we have these platforms and we can use them for good. So a quote from Mr. Rogers: "If you could only sense how important you are to the lives of those you meet, how important you can be to the people you may never even dream of, there is something of yourself that you leave at every meeting with another person." So every time I talk to someone, I try to leave them a little bit better than when I first met them. Just a kind word, a smile, something. I'm from Vienna, and I'm a realtor with Lydia Real Estate. And I'm always, since I was a little girl, been very community focused. I always like to volunteer, give back. I live in Vienna, and I just love it. I always try to go to all the events. And I joined my local fire department when I had just turned 18 years old. Now I'm 33, so it's been 15 years. And so I've always had this family at the fire department, but later now, as I've got in my 30s, I found a way to connect everything together. And I have a background in marketing. I've always loved marketing, talking, and working with businesses. So I started the group with my childhood friend, Chris, and our main purpose was first just to talk about food. That was simply it. We didn't have any plans for give back or getting involved too much. It was just simply take a picture of food, post it. And I thought food is a nice subject because there's nothing, it's just a thing to bring people together. Food unites everyone. And we started this it was April of 2 years ago, before the pandemic. But then when the pandemic hit, no one was going out. We were all isolated at home. Restaurants were getting no business. We were all scared. So I had thought, what could we do to uplift the community and bring people together and support restaurants. Well, the Foodies group then started focusing on ordering food from local restaurants and surprising first responders with meals. Every day from that initial first March when the pandemic hit and we were all isolated, I knew I was going to make daily postings. And every day I would highlight different restaurants and I'd go in a circle. I mean, I hadn't talked to any of the restaurants. They didn't know I was going to do this, but I was just volunteering my time and trying to put cheer in the world, joy. And I knew everyone appreciated a little boost. The restaurants were stressed out trying to figure out what to do. And I was at home in my room on the computer. I said, well, maybe I can highlight them and not just to spread good vibes around. So I would, for instance, right here, I have a restaurant, Maggio's. I would show Maggio's and I'd show this is what they have at their restaurant. Heroes, chicken, salads. Here's some pictures. If you decide you like it, try them out. Also, we might send some meals over to the first responders. If anyone wants to contribute, help, let us know. And everyone wanted to help. It was, the whole town was reaching out. Yes, let us treat the firefighters tonight. Let us treat the police officers. We'll do it. So I was so amazed to see the town wanting to help. And we just kept going with these deliveries. And I was then inspired by this quote. When I was a boy and I would see scary things in the news, my mother would say to me, look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. So I found the helpers at this time, and they were the moms, the PTA heads, the teachers, the restaurant owners, the first responders. Everyone was working together. And my brother and I brainstormed, who else can we help? What else can we do? So it grew not just from first responders, but we went to the local pharmacies, we were going to the hospital, we were surprising all the post offices, our sanitation workers, and everyone around town, and even spread from Vienna to Northern Virginia, were getting meals delivered to them. These were all from contributions from people in the Facebook group. And the smiles that were coming were just beautiful when people least expecting it. It was all surprises. And here we have like two restaurant owners, my dear friend Bo, and we had filled up the car with all this Thai food to go deliver. And other companies were being inspired to also treat and honor first responders. And one of the dearest friends that I had made during this time was a local business called Card My Yard. And many times she also added on to our food deliveries with these fun Card My Yard signs. Here she put in front of our local fire station, heroes work here. So it's just an uplifting, happy, joyful thing coming from a very dark, scary time. And here's some pictures of the first responders getting meals sent to them. And in the first picture, there's a woman holding cupcakes. This woman actually lives in Maryland, but she was in the Foodies group and she was so inspired. She goes, wow, you guys are surprising everyone day after day. I would love to surprise them. So she drove from Maryland to come deliver her homemade cupcakes from her cupcake business to them. But everyone was getting involved. And also why this also helped the businesses is every time we delivered, we took pictures. So you would also see, what do restaurants have on their menu? Here, Vienna Inn, they have wings. Here's Fermented Pig. He has a barbecue family meal. And it was also just helping the restaurant, making people feel appreciated, and community building. Then many of the times I was in my house because I was on very strict isolation since I had a high-risk family member. So many community members said, we'll be the delivery person. So none of these restaurants ever really had to worry about delivering, which is a whole nother avenue to be a little stressed about if they don't have the delivery driver. Many of the restaurants had very low, short staff, but these were all community members who volunteered their time to go deliver. So here we have a kind citizen who went and dropped them off at the fire department. And we were doing that every day for months and months, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But the group was growing, the movement was growing, and love was all over. There was no fighting, no drama. It was complete unity of everyone. So we kept breakfast, lunch, dinner going. And Each delivery got a highlight to a restaurant in it. And then we just surprised as many people as we could. Here's the post office that we surprised. They've been working every day. They never had any day off. Even those isolation days, they were going around delivering mail days after days. So we sent them some treats. And these are our dear sanitation and public works members. And many of the children made signs, "Thank you for keeping Vienna clean." These were all in those April, May, June months where we were really all home. So there was another group that came to our attention, and then we realized first responders are so great and we're so appreciative of them. We've been honoring them, but there's actually a lot of food insecure in this area. So then we transitioned to also help the food insecure families. And when we started doing that, the community even more came together. Groceries, we had worked with Caboose Brewing, and car full of grocery packs of all the essentials: meat, chicken, vegetables, fruits. We were sending hot meals from the restaurants, salads, making sure they get their greens, all to the families. And every week we changed to different schools. So many of the local schools in Northern Virginia, Vienna, and about 10 to 20-mile radius, we'd go in circles of surprising. Many of the restaurants would add extra just because they wanted to help too. So we would all try to be out generous, be kinder than the other one. I would arrange for 20 meals, and then the restaurant would say, "Well, we're going to throw in another 20." So it was just so beautiful. And then we started thinking, well, we're taking care of our town, and that's so great. But what about we start thinking about our neighbors next door? For instance, in DC, let's do something for our friends in DC. So in this Facebook group, simply the Facebook group, Vienna Foodies group, within 2 days, we raised $20,000. And it probably could have gone more, but I had made from the beginning that it would only be about a day fundraiser. So it was just amazing. The donations were coming in quick. There was no pre-advertising for it. It was just on the spot. Let's fundraise money. And within 24, 48 hours, $20,000. So then we continue to spread the love. And now at this point, we want to always think not just about our town, but our friends all over. So during the inauguration, National Guard came. There were lots of National Guard, and they couldn't get enough food sent to them in time for the amount of National Guard that were here. The contracts, many of the meals were not working out. So Foodies Group, even though we're Vienna VA Foodies, we decided we would go to DC and send meals for our National Guard. So this was all, I had first seen this picture of the National Guard sleeping on the floor. And I just said, wow, like these are all civilians who are called on the spot with short notice to go serve. So we were sending things to them each day, all from donations of the kindness of the community, spreading love everywhere. And the first one, we had sent these bundt cakes to them from Nothing Bundt Cakes in Vienna. But then this juice company, Greenheart Juice, said, well, we're going to send juices for all of them. And Greenheart Juice sent over $3,000 of product on the house from them over to our National Guard. So you could see just kindness was happening. And then these masks, we have masks that we have in our group that we promote a lot. One of the foodie members said, well, I'm going to give everyone, all the National Guard, a mask to take home so they remember. They remember Northern Virginia, DC, how we appreciate, how we love. So to that point, people got gifts as they went home. And I mean, everyone, businesses, citizens were all coming together. So now I share this with you because I want to tell everyone that you can all make a difference. And one of the things I've learned is people want to help, people want to give back. And whenever you're feeling down or low spirits, helping someone is the best thing to do. Whether it's a simple thing of just listening to a friend, but thinking of someone and not wanting anything in return. But if you see a business could take a little boost, needs a little boost, if you just go ahead and share a post, like a post, make a little blurb for them. Think of a fundraising thing where you and your neighborhood come up with a fundraiser, lemonade stand, and then you go purchase something from a business to go surprise another group. It's a beautiful way to come together, to think of others, and everyone ends up winning in this situation because everyone's united and just thought of their friend, their neighbor, humanity. So thank you so much for having me, and just continue to use social media for good. There's always good things you can do here.